We are live,
Are we?
according to this. Yep, we are.
Oh, wow. We are
Sharing
live.
sharing to Twitter.
There we are. Oh, wow. I'm turning that volume down. Hold on. I can't hear that. I don't want to hear myself. Let's see what we're doing here. I don't have any. That's not showing up in the app. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
All right. Well, it is time to rock and roll. What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another episode of Worlds Collide After Dark live. First
After
time ever
Dark-
doing this.
After Dark live.
You know, when we're doing this, we're totally winging it at this point.
Of course. I mean, After Dark is all about winging.
Yeah. And then to just decide, hey, we're going to do one live. And then, oh, yeah, by the way, this is tomorrow morning's podcast.
That's on you, buddy. That's on you.
I know. I got this. All right. So what's top of mind for you today?
Well, I did pick up some Chrome boxes today, finally, for the first time at my local card shop. So I think if we have some time, maybe we'll break one of these bad boys open. What do you think?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. We'll do that later. What about you? What's going on with you?
I'm just really interested in the constant battle between WWE and AEW demos and ratings that I keep reading about. And I'm just like, can we just talk about cards?
Yeah. Speaking of that, though, has AEW been putting any more ads for their upcoming card sets on their show? I don't know if you watch or not, so I don't know.
I watch, but I always watch like a day or two afterwards, and I've had a lot of stuff going on the past week, so I haven't caught up. But it seems like the hardcores are still really interested, but then it seems like some of the social media buzz has kind of died down a little bit. It picked up a little bit today with the with them pushing back, which I guess we can talk about that. Pushing back the release date of the product to December or first part of December, right?
Yeah, I think it's December 8th now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they it wasn't only wrestling, they pushed back a lot of their products. Was there any reason given for that specifically?
Doubtful. I haven't heard anything about it, but what I've been getting messages from some people. Yeah, I do get messages once in a while. Sometimes people direct message me. They don't ask me any questions, but they want to tell me things. I got word that, there's a lot more that goes into putting a trading card set that people don't understand. Even from a low level, even from an independent level, like putting out something even, from the independents up and somewhere into like the Impact Wrestling side. There's a lot that goes in, but, images and design and this, that, and the other. And then the companies that print these things have to get paper and supplies and things from other places like that. So what I'm being told is, and I think Adam Gilman touched up on this on one of his articles about, it's supply is low, to do stuff, to print cards, both from the cardboard standpoint, printing things, if you want foils and things like that kind. And some
packaging,
of that stuff, plastic, and packaging, exactly. Yeah. And so some of that stuff is coming, overseas from China. So, and the costs are going up. They're 2 or 3 times what they used to be as far as the costs go. And there's a 16, 18 week back order on supplies to make these cards. This is what I've been told from some people who have reached out to me to let me know, hey, I saw your post this morning about the delay for AEW stuff. And, I'm not sure what their issues are. It's like that, but I can tell you from my side, having been in a printing business for 20 plus years, the costs are gone up. I'm on back order for things. And so it's delaying a lot of my projects that I'm doing, stuff like that. So I'm assuming it's hurting the card business too. So that could be what it really is.
It's interesting that I think that makes sense. I think a lot of people thought the delays were because they were trying to pull the talent out of the checklist.
You look at Chrome and it's like half that roster is like not even there.
No kidding. Yeah. And that's what, like, people started ripping this stuff and we started seeing the names that are still in it. And I'm like, wait a minute. That makes a lot more sense on why it was delayed. But it's also cool. Well, it's not cool, but it is nice that, it wasn't like they were pushing wrestling to the back burner, Upper Deck being, because they moved a whole bunch of other stuff back too. But
they also canceled stuff too. Like they straight up canceled some releases.
Right. I think the buzz right now was those uncut sheets that came
Yes.
from the Comic Con. So from what I'm seeing, there's still quite a bit of buzz from specifically the AEW fans that, hey, the cards are still a thing. Still seeing complaints about the hobby box prices and even retail, but that's not going anywhere. I'm sorry.
It's a supply and demand issue.
Yeah.
It really is. The demand is so high. People have to understand that demand is high, supply is low.
It's business.
It's business. That's the way it is. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, complain, I guess. I get it. I totally get it. But on the uncut sheets, though, on the promo sheets from New York Comic Con, I have not been monitoring their sales on eBay. I have some coming to me that got shipped to me today. Somebody was nice enough to pick me up some and thought of me of that. And hey, live news break here. Here we go. I do plan on, depending on how many I got, because he doesn't tell me how many I got. I'm looking at doing some prizes and maybe giving some away.
Cool. That'd be fun. I think it was a cool idea that they put them out. The fact that they went out of their way to put out a set of promo cards for an event like that. That just
what are
shows
they
you
going
that.
For? Do you know?
I think mine was 25 shipped, and it was shipped priority, so that took up a chunk of that. It's packaged really well though. 20 to 30 right now.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Right.
So, which is pretty good for a free product. But I think I've already seen some people taking them apart and going to send them into grading. I've already seen some people that are framing them. So they look good. They look good both ways. I haven't seen any actually slabbed yet, just, prepping for that.
Sure.
But I got mine because I was like, this is just kind of one of those random oddball things I think is cool. But then also, I think it's going to be good to pair with hopefully one of those hobby boxes I get, and I can flip both of those in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever.
Sure. But how many boxes, if you get some, how many you plan on sitting on?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I'm not going. Cracking anything?
Nope. I don't even know. There's some talent in there that I really like, but it's not a carry and cross thing where, I'm like, okay, I want the parallels of the autos and the shiny gold, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, the Sting 1-of-1 we've seen is cool, but I mean, I'm like, I'd rather have the Wonderama Stings. I mean, I have them and I like those better, and I don't need, Britt Baker stuff. Well, like, I've got the all-in set. So, like, I don't know. We're just going to have to see what this kind of stuff looks like before I start buying singles.
Are you monitoring messages? I see Caleb says he wants to try and get a full sheet signed.
Yeah. I heard the Card Foundation guys talking about that. I think that would be like amazing. And I think it's doable, really.
It is. I mean, look at wrestling trading cards, Armand, like that. And I mean, he hit a gold mine last time they were in his area, New York area, and who didn't he get?
Yeah, really.
I think he even got an autograph on something from the catering boy or something. I think he.
Hey, you know what? With some of the indie sets that we've seen come out, some of the names that they put in those, catering boy might be the next big chase. It might be.
It's the next big chase. You never know.
Yeah. So speaking of chasing, speaking of low supply, high demand, let's talk about the first ever wrestling card virtual con coming out this weekend.
There you go. Yeah. Nice segue. Mr. Segue himself.
We're completely filled up. All of the vendor spots are filled, and we're a couple of vendor spots short at the end. Now it's funny because after we already decided what we were going to do, I had a couple people say, "Hey, can I sell now?" And I'm like, "Oops, well, I'm too late. I'm sorry. We had to, we got to do these things ahead of time, but we now have
if it's good, we'll do another one,
Yes. Yeah. That's the whole idea, is if we get it, I mean, the feedback has been positive enough. We'll see how it actually goes. And if it goes well, 4 or 5 months from now, 3 months from now, who knows? We'll see. We'll do another one, but we are doing a second box break now. That will be, both of those will be in night 2. We still have a special guest that nobody knows about. Is this one of those things where we're over promising and under delivering that you always tell me that we're
that's how I always feel that way, man. I always feel like I'm such a novice at this stuff. I have no clue what I'm doing half the time. I'm always reaching out to you like, what are you using for editing? What are you doing for this? What are you doing for that? I'm like, and I have to teach myself as I go along here. So I'm just throwing out my experiences. That's all I'm doing. And then trying to, put out some decent content that people can, hopefully learn something from. I don't know.
Matthew said you already have a full set sheet signed. It's just in your drawer beside you.
I don't want to look in there because I've actually got it blocked because I actually have a table set up right here to do a box break if we want to do that tonight. So,
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to probably say it's not in there this time, Matt. Probably, I think because if it is, man, I'm going to wish for other things.
So yeah, all the vendor spots for night one. We got a special guest. I mean, it's not like I wish we had Hogan or Flair coming in, but you know, we got some cool guys coming in. We'll just put it that way.
In their particular field, they might be that level, you know?
Who's the third man?
Who's the third man?
We're going to leave it at that. Just leave it at that. So night two, don't forget, we'll be doing 2 box breaks. So if you're viewing this right now live on YouTube, you'll be able to come back here this weekend and view all of these things. Everybody that's selling stuff will be putting out their social handles. You can get a hold of them, buy the stuff they have, you know, as you know, the reason I wanted to do this too is because what if somebody has a really rare card and they do it live, we record it, we put it on both of the channels. 6 months down the road, they happen to see that video, they get a hold of that person, it's their dream card. They're still like, it's just because it's live, which is the whole point of doing this, doesn't mean that it's not going to be valuable later on, because there could be something shown off that somebody wants.
I don't know who that CM Punk is confirmed as our third man.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm not saying anything either. No. You know, I didn't even hit the record button on this, so I'm hoping I can save this from YouTube.
Oh, well.
We will. I should be able to.
We'll see what happens. It's live, pal. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
We are. So, what else is the news going on lately?
Well, there's probably a bunch of stuff, but I was going to talk about music.
Yes. Why are we doing that? Wait, music?
First off, it's after dark. We do what we want.
That's right. Yeah, as long as we're not talking about the old E-Fed stuff. God, that was... I can't believe you drug that stuff out of me.
We got a lot of good feedback on that. I was kind of shocked at how many people either used to or still do E-Feds, and I was like...
Well, you got feedback. I didn't get... Nobody contacted me about nothing, man. I heard nothing.
There's no... If they contacted you directly, they were probably like, oh, man, am I going to be like talking to this guy forever about rebooting E-Feds or something? If I get a hold of him.
I can't get involved in that. No, I'm just not going to do it. No. So yeah, but music wise, what are we talking about music for?
I think we have gone back and forth on Twitter and we've been talking about music, and I was just kind of, you know, poking the bear, being sarcastic. And I was like, nobody wants to hear us talk about music. They'll just tune in for wrestling cards. And if Tony brings a guest on, you know, it could be Hulk Hogan and he doesn't want to talk about wrestling cards, they're not going to watch.
Yeah.
But you know what? I figured, hey, why not at least reach out? So if you're in the chat, or if you guys are listening to this on the archives or whatever, we decided we're going to do a Worlds Collide kind of collaborative playlist on Spotify. It'll be free if you have an account, or I think you can still listen to it if you don't have an account.
You don't have, you could just subscribe, connect to it, so you don't have to have an account. Yeah,
so it'll be fun to just kind of throw some of our music tastes, which are going to be interesting.
Matt's all into this too, so like that, because Matt's got a pretty crazy background in music stuff. So
nice.
It's right up his alley.
Excellent. Well, it'll be fun. Hopefully everybody likes, you know, it's not something we're going to talk about, like, you know, like obviously we reserved it to talk about on the After Dark episode. So
we always try to at least tie wrestling into it somehow, you know.
That's just in my blood to tie wrestling and music into everything I do.
Well, speaking of music, then, so I shared it on Twitter. So if you didn't see it on Twitter, so like that, I went to an estate sale recently, and I saw it on my Facebook feed that there was this 8,000 square foot home place, and I'm like, holy crap, this place was awesome. It was huge. I mean, the shower was about as big as my office. It was huge. And I got there too late because they had a whole bunch of records in the pictures like that. And someone came by, I'm sure a local record shop came by and probably bought it all. But I was going through, and I don't know if I missed anything anyways, but I was going through the CD stuff they had there. And what did you say? Stream it on Discord. Really can't. I don't have an ability right now with this the Zoom account that I have. Doesn't give me the ability to stream it out of anything other than Facebook or YouTube. But we can work on some things to get some kind of an app that can help us go across multiple platforms, I think, and I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, and this is our first one. You know, if we start doing a lot more live stuff, that's something we can seriously consider. But I will say, sorry to cut you off, but I think this is important to say. You guys are going to have to continue to support, not that you don't, but it's stuff that me and Tony and other content creators have talked about offline. Like, if you guys can request everything you want, but if you're not out there supporting everything you're requesting, then we can't keep doing it. So
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it out of love anyways, and a passion for the hobby. It's like, as Nash told me when we were doing those cards like that, it's a passion project. And, but the passion can only go for so long when you have nobody really paying attention, or they're not showing you the support. That's why I'm kind of going bi-weekly on my podcast now. I can't keep up with the content because I have so much stuff going on. I got to really focus on the back end of WTC stuff. There's so much stuff going on in the back end.
Well, and not to mention all of your talent you're working with.
Well, and now as the world starts to open up more, I'm going to be, back on the road doing some stuff again. I just got back from Texas doing Big Texas Comic-Con with Kurt Angle. We had a blast there. I had envisioned doing some of these shows where I can probably go around and like do some kind of content related type stuff where I can film, but I'm usually so busy at those shows, I don't even promote my booking business. I don't have any images. I don't have any live videos. I don't do that stuff. It's not something that I'm used to doing, and I do have to get better at doing that.
Well,
and as soon as I do that, I can start doing it for this.
Hypothetically, too, you could bring a camera crew with you, but guess what? That costs money. So even if it's like some random person with a phone, like that would still be good content.
It would still be good something. You're right. And I didn't even need to be there in Texas. The show was so good and treated us so well. They had someone who was handling money for me. They had somebody who was managing the line for me. They had somebody who was taking pictures for me. I didn't have to be there. All I did on Saturday morning was nurse a hangover from the night before, and just take a little post-it notes and said, "Oh, it's a combo, Kurt. Oh, it's a selfie. It's that's all I had to do." But I could have been shooting videos like that, but I wasn't feeling my best. And I got to get better at that. We can do some more content that way. But I agree. I guess the best way to put it is the more you guys are supporting everything that we do, and the more the numbers, the views, the followers, the more that stuff goes up, the more motivation it is for us to just keep doing more. So if you want to see more, keep getting the word out, retweeting Matt says just buy him a plane ticket. He'll help out.
Hey, okay, there you go. See, buy him a plane ticket.
Yeah, there goes my profits.
Back to this estate sale.
So estate sale, I go there and no records, no cards. You're always kind of holding out like maybe they have like a stockpile of like old cards in there. It's like that,
Yep.
But nothing. And I go to the CD stack. And it's like clearly I didn't miss out on the records. It's all like Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood and I'm like, okay.
It's like the junk wax era of music.
Exactly for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I do say, Tony Braxton. Boy, this person's pretty living it up, man. That's for Friday. That's for Friday nights. And then I go, Huey Lewis in the News. That's cool. I go, wait a second. What is that on there? I'm like checking, Googling something real quick. Huey Lewis did a signature. I go, holy crap. Found this Huey Lewis in the News signed by Huey Lewis, signed CD in like minty mint condition here. It's like, I go, okay. I go, how much you want? $1. $1. I go, and so I checked eBay real quick. At first I checked Google to make sure that it was actually a legit signature. It matches the signature. It's legit. And then I went and checked eBay, and stuff on CDs is selling anywhere from like, $25 to $50.
Oh, well, yeah, that's, for an artist. Yeah. I'm just thinking from the artist perspective. That's what I'm always looking at. Like we've talked before, like how interested I am that, like mid-tier talent from the WWE and like the Ruthless Aggression era, yep. Like their autographs still sell. They still draw at signings. Like it's interesting to me. So for Huey Lewis CD autographed, you can still sell that for 25 to 30. That's pretty good. Yeah. And it's good for you.
And I looked at stuff that was currently listed. And so that was, anywhere from like $25 to $100, depending on the CD. But when we look at completed listings and what's sold, you'd saw like, $50 and it would, and then the best offer was taken. It's like that. So I know I had to be somewhere in that, 25 to 50 range, I saw stuff that sold for $25 actually legit sold. And then some sold for 35, sure. Some sold for 40. Like, okay. I mean, that's a good investment for me.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at the chat here. Caleb saying, what an insult to the band. You know what? We should definitely put Huey Lewis on our playlist this next week. I think it has to be. It's got to be.
That's right. It should be on there.
And if we're going to do these playlists, we might as well start theming it to something we're talking about too, so it can kind of be topical.
I think that Huey Lewis should be the first song on our playlist.
Let's do it.
And it should be If This Is It.
Okay. It might be it at this rate.
It's just the same song 25, 30 times. Yeah. So back to the music thing, because I just got me on talking about that. But back to music stuff. You know, when you and I met, we met because of social media, basically, our love for wrestling cards. And we just we're doing our separate things. And then I think you reached out to me, asked me if I was interested in doing some sort of a collaboration type thing. And that's where Worlds Collide came from. And then as more and more we started doing these stuff, we spent a lot of time talking to each other through these Zoom, because you don't answer phones. And then
very rarely,
very rarely, very rare, very evil. And he so we started talking and more talking about music stuff. I started seeing other stuff that you would post either on your Facebook stories or on Instagram, so like that. And I go, oh, he's into death metal too. Okay, I'm kind of like death metal stuff as well. So like, but then it wasn't just death metal stuff. It's all across the spectrum of all kinds of genres. And I go, okay, this is like a kindred spirit to me now. So hey, wrestling cards in the music stuff. It's awesome.
Yep. I've been on a really strange Isley Brothers kick lately. So,
really?
Yeah. I'm truly, these playlists are going to be fun for, I think, all of our followers.
Is this residual wedding stuff you guys went to?
No, okay. no. This was way before. No.
Okay.
No, that was sappy love songs, which I am not into at all.
No sappy love songs?
No.
You're not even in like sappy hair metal ballads?
I hate ballads. What is that? What's that really popular Whitesnake song?
Like, oh yeah. Well, Is This Love?
That's it.
Here I Go Again.
That's not really a ballad.
It's not really a ballad, but Is This Love? And then they have Deeper the Love.
Those, like, I think those are manageable to me, but like start going on to like some of the stuff from like Firehouse that was really popular, or Great White, and those bands have really good
bites.
That's got this like radio pop sound to it. It's not so sappy.
That is the epitome of total Mutt Lange produced music right there, because if you go back and listen to Mutt Lange,
Matthew says Every Rose. That's the terrible crap I'm talking about.
That's right up there. Yes, I would have to go with that. You go like Mutt Lange stuff. You could find anything that like he did Doobie Brothers. He did. He's the one who produced Back in Black and For Those About to Rock.
All that stuff sounds good. Like it sounds good. Yeah,
but it's harmonizing. That harmonizing is signature Mutt Lange produced stuff. So you'll hear that in those early Def Leppard albums like that. That harmonizing. You hear it on Shania Twain stuff when she became popular. It was very harmonizing stuff. Bryan Adams. All these are all artists that he's produced over the years. Like I think he's brilliant for kind of inventing his sound.
Look at the dollars those albums produced.
Dollars.
What can you can't argue against it. No. Whether we like it or not. I mean, it's the dollars is what's speaking on those. Caleb said to throw in a couple of whiny Midwest emo songs. I got no problem with that. I like that stuff.
Why not? Yeah, you gotta have Cheap Trick, guys. Come on.
Yep, we can do that. See, this is what I'm talking about. Engagement. People are already interested in this. Maybe it's going to take off. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe Spotify will block us. I don't.
So you're in an Isley Brothers phase right now, huh?
Isley Brothers and Integrity and Marduk, which is like black sweet. I think they're from Sweden. It's black metal. And I always listen to rap all the time.
Most black metal is from the Norwegian area. So like, come on.
There's a huge difference. Norway sounds different than Sweden, which sounds different than South America. Like I'm so deep into that stuff.
I recommend I have them somewhere around here. I'd have to find them. I think I have it somewhere around here. I actually have a couple of books. There's one called The History of Heavy Metal, which I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one from a guy named, I think his name is Doug Christie's or something like that. And there's one, it's called The Headbanger's Guide to Heavy Metal. And it's
is it a bigger book?
It's a real thick book. It's not big, but it's thick.
Okay.
It's like I have it down. I think I have it down here, but it's a really good book. It's almost like clearly the guy has a hard on for Metallica because Lars is like featured throughout the entire thing. I clearly he collaborated with him on doing stuff, but there's a great timeline chart in there about all the different genres of metal, everything from progressive to death metal to, I mean, it's all in there. It's just a really cool, even if you're not a fan of certain genres, you get a good history lesson on all the different stuffs and metals like that. It's just, I love it. I think it's a great.
I can find something in, like, I love those kind of tree branch things because like I start picking out bands and like you find out like you truly like something in each one of these. Like you don't have to like all of it, but there's usually one or two bands in each one of these. Couple comments. Yeah, Chuck wants us to put some Alice Cooper on there. Tell you what, Chuckster will put it on there, but we need a video of you slam dancing and we'll get it done.
Hey, I hope today, Chuckster, I hope that it went well, and I hope you're resting up nicely. So that's all I'll say about that.
I'm going to piggyback completely off topic with that, with hobby farmers wanting us to put some Word Life John Cena on there. We could probably do that.
Probably. Why not? Why not?
Don't worry. Nobody will see it anyway.
Nobody will see it anyways. Yeah, you can't hear it.
If any of you guys, since we're live and the chat is interacting, if you guys got any questions or anything while we're just kind of talking through random stuff here.
It could be anything that's that we're talking about currently, anything that you think that some of our episodes for Worlds Collide in the future should cover. Even stuff like, hey, no, Zan, I like the way you interview. It's like that. Can you get this guy in your podcast? No, hey, Tony, can you go out and get this guy in your, we want to hear it all. So it's something that we can all engage and share and educate everybody.
Yeah, like a prime example is I got a comment on one of my videos not too long ago about, it was actually last month's Market Watch video. And they were like, hey, could you put the picture of the card like here or here while you're talking about it? Because sometimes I guess people get lost in the shuffle because I'm jumping around so much. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. So that's something I'm going to start working towards. Matthew says, rip that box. I guess people just came here to watch us rip packs.
I'll rip it. Don't you worry.
Well, what do you think before we get into it? What's your, I guess, first impressions of the 2021 Topps Chrome product?
From what I've seen, it looks really nice. I mean, it's clearly one of their flagship products. I mean, it's just, it made me want to go back. I wanted to go yesterday, I wanted to go today, and I couldn't do it. Go to storage and really start digging for the old, because I have a whole bunch of that 06 Chrome that I want to go through and just kind of see what do I have. I think I even have a complete set of refractors. And then I know that my local card shop, when I went in to pick these boxes up today, he's not open on Tuesdays, but he was there doing some paperwork, and I think he was breaking some more boxes. He was sorting. He had a sorting tray up on the counter, and he had a complete refractor set from this already done, and then he was missing 2 cards for that alternate arts. He said number 22 and 28. I don't know.
Was out of curiosity, was he breaking to sell or breaking for himself, or
a little bit of both? I think he's a mark. And, he wants to be known as the wrestling, card guy in town. That'll be changing. And then
that'll put butts in seats when wrestling guy store AZ opens.
That's not a bad idea. A suggestions channel in the Discord server. That's a good idea. I can do that. I can create that real quick.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't put a whole lot of different channels on there just because I didn't want it to oversaturate things and have a bunch of cross going on, but that's not a bad idea at all.
Yep. Yeah, I'll try to monitor that too if you need help with that, even if it's like throw something out there for WTC, myself, whatever, and we can talk within each other if one of us miss it.
Yeah.
Wyoming Wildman wants us to shoot on Dwayne Johnson rapping.
I haven't heard it.
I saw it, but I haven't heard it yet. But okay. You know how we've talked about Hogan, Ric Flair, some of these other guys, no matter what they do, it's gold.
Sure.
That's kind of where I am with The Rock. Like, good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Anything this guy touches turns into gold.
I saw him on his Facebook talk about how it's number 1 in this category, number 1 in that category, number 6 overall in this category. It's like that. And I go, I haven't even heard it. It's like that. I don't even listen to regular radio. I listen to XM, and that's all I have. So
isn't that interesting too? And that's, we opened the show when I was talking about how I think it's just ludicrous and whatever is good for wrestling, I guess I should say. But I think it's interesting that, the companies want to, okay, well, this demo beat this demo, AEW won within this first 5 minutes of this quarter hour of this. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what are you like? Who
Well,
cares?
I've been following that discussion with Eric Bischoff. It's like that because I think he's right on about that.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's going to know how to properly go after or compete, it's going to be that guy. I mean, he didn't go and shy away and say, well, I'm going to stay on this one while you're on that night. We're going to kind of merge those and kind of compete those two. No, it's two different nights, two different things. So you really want to compete, go head to head, go Monday night, go Friday night, whatever you want to do.
My argument is what you said, though, is the way that they consume content.
Yes.
You've said it flat out that you consume it mainly through highlights of social media.
Correct.
I go back and I watch all the pirated highlights that people put on YouTube, like either a couple hours or a couple of days after the event. Occasionally, if it's something that's on Peacock or if it's a big AEW pay-per-view, something like that, I will watch live. I try to watch the GCW shows live as well, as much as I can. But like ratings, like I guess they matter, but it's what you just said. Like, you've seen there's a song that's, top number one selling, blah, 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 but you're not even aware of it because just the way that everyone consumes media is completely different now.
100%. Like, go back to what was it Bad Bunny when he came in? It's like that. Like, there's a lot of people who complain, like, I never heard of this person before, yet he's like a huge star throughout the rest of the world, apparently, or at least in South America.
And I think we mentioned it. It's also pretty sad that he came on to WrestleMania and had one of the better matches of all those.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't watched any of it.
So. Yeah. I would go back and watch it for being a guy that that just was a superstar, like from what they said, he came in and actually trained and took it serious. And, which Stephen Amell that I thought he did a pretty good job too.
Isn't he on that TV show now, Heels?
Yeah, which is it's an interesting show. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it.
I would go check it out. It's interesting. I liked it, but I'm also very easily able to suspend disbelief and just kind of.
I was bad. I used to be so much into watching different television programs and things like that. I don't even use my Netflix like I used to. Every night I'd fall asleep to something on Netflix.
When you're dedicated to putting the content out and sell it, like.
Well, that, and I'm working on when I can with whatever energy I have left after dealing with a toddler all day. Of like, trying to get the site updated in the back end and figuring things out. And I got to start working on images because that's coming. And then it's hard. But, I just watched that down 2 nights ago for the first time in a long time and watched something on Netflix. I watched the movies that made us. And so I watched the making of Halloween. That was intriguing to me because my friend Sean Clark is on that. He's a fellow agent that I know, and so he's on like 4 episodes of this new series that I think he's on for like Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, and because he's a big horror fan. And so it was nice to see my friend, having a spot on this Netflix series, and I wanted to watch it anyways. But I'll watch it. Eventually, I'll get around to watching it. I mean, Jesus Christ, we pay for the Hulu, we pay for Netflix, we pay for Paramount, we pay for. I mean, might as well go ahead.
The good thing is the first season of Heels is done, so you can just go back and binge watch it. Like you don't have to keep up with it anymore. Checking out the comments here. Let's see, where do we got? Caleb says The Rock can do no wrong. That's kind of exactly what I'm talking about.
Pretty much.
He also brought up an interesting point that he wished that Bad Bunny had a Topps card. How much have we talked about that?
Yes, we've talked about this. We even did a whole episode talking about wrestling and music together, and like some missed opportunities. And obviously, there's probably some legalities that we're not aware of, where people wanted too much money or something like that to be use their likeness on a cards like that. I don't know, but I would think that if you're in a WWE pay-per-view, like at a WrestleMania or something like that, isn't it kind of like when you buy a ticket, don't you kind of give up your right to be featured on the image like that? Isn't that part of your ticket stub? It says that you're, your likeness. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they've dropped the ball on so many things in the past. Like that would have been a huge seller. Like they could have turned them into like even like a slam attack cards like that for overseas, like, in South America, which I'm sure it's a drop ball. I don't know.
What platform is Heels on? I actually don't know because I just Googled it and watched it wherever I could find it. Because I
think it's on.
I want to say it's a Stars program.
I think you're right. I think it's Stars. I think it's on Stars.
But I don't know if it's distributed elsewhere from, because sometimes they'll say, oh, it's exclusive, but you can actually end up finding it on other platforms.
I don't know if you can watch it on Hulu or not. I don't think.
How many times has Fred Durst performed on WWE? I don't know, but there's a prime target for a card right there.
Yeah. And then
Machine Gun Kelly. Matt says that everyone should send you their login and password for streaming services. I think that's a good idea.
I should send in my login and password?
No. Everybody should send you their information so you could get free streaming services.
So I can get caught up and like, hey, yo, you haven't updated WTC since 2021. It's 2025 now. Sorry, man. Nobody else can do the back end stuff, apparently. So
somehow we got completely off topic of talking about 2021 Topps Chrome.
Yes. Well,
yeah, we're just talking about the cards.
I mean, so I think, well, first off, Matt, killer pull. That guy got a killer pull, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The 1 of 1 rock, was it 5 Timers Club?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, killer pull. Love that. Yep. That's a great pull, man. I saw a discussion going about it on a Facebook group that he pulled that, and he's like, yeah, someone pulled the 1 of 1 rock. The guy goes, oh, well, he's asking too much money for it. So it's too much money like that. So I have no idea, but I'm like, dude, it's a 1 of 1. It's the rock. Unless he's asking for $500,000. I've heard that one before.
Hey, he can do that.
It only takes one. There's only one.
It only takes one. And if it's, maybe it's his dream card. And if someone wants to take it off his hands for that life-changing money, then, I understand the logic of kind of getting like, oh, who does this person think he is by posting this at that price? Sure. But then at the same time, I'm like, if it's a rare enough card, like,
that's why I was so interested to interview him, because one, and I'm very upfront about it. I really thought this guy's gonna be really full of himself. He's gonna be like all about like self-promotion. And he really wasn't that way. I mean, he had logical explanation as to why he's doing what he's doing and why he listed that. And it makes sense. I mean, if you have something that you're invested in, I mean, obviously you're in it for the investment standpoint of it too. I don't think he really cares to collect it per se. But why wouldn't you want to get the most out of it? I mean, I get it. And he's not like he's blasting it on social media every other day. Look at me, look at me, look at this. He's, got it up on eBay. It's getting views of, 13 to 15 per hour. It seems like it's got a crap load of, watchers. Eventually somebody with deep pockets is going to go, you know what? I want that card, and probably reach out to him directly and then make him an offer he can't refuse. So, I mean, good for him.
Yeah. I don't have it's not really a pump and dump either, because if it's one card, it's more of like a flex. And, if somebody's going to change my life by buying this.
Sorry. This live thing, it cracks me up when we're doing it live.
I see it. Go ahead and read the comment.
Matt says, I'll trade it for 5 minutes shopping spree in Tony's storage building.
Now that would be good content. It'd be like those 90s, it's like supermarket sweep, or like some of those shows where they would give the kids like 5 minutes to run through Toys R Us and get as much stuff as they could.
You crack me up, sir. You crack me up.
All right. So once again, we're going to get back on topic here. Also in the chat, let us know what you guys think of Chrome. We've already seen a couple of people. Caleb says the inserts are beautiful. Is there anything negative that you've seen that you think so far with the set?
I haven't seen anything negative. I've seen a couple posts where people talked about some maybe scuff marks or some lining issues.
Like the roller lines.
Yeah, like the roller lines on some of them. But that's kind of far and few between. I don't think it's throughout the entire run. I don't think you're gonna see, card number 7. All of them are like this, I don't know. I haven't seen anything really bad. People seem to be really jazzed. It really shows just how popular this particular release is, this brand is for Topps. That it's definitely, I'm gonna say it's probably like their best brand. More than Finest, more than Undisputed. Transcendent's a whole different beast. It's just that's a limit. That's people who can buy Porsches and shit. I mean,
I still think it's more popular than Transcendent, though.
I think so. Oh, absolutely, it is. It's just it's a very well done, beautiful product, and I think they hit a home run again. Last year's was good too. I like last year's too. From
everything I've seen, I think their inserts are just like that's the draw this year.
And
The,
Caleb says no legends in base cards. I'm okay with that. Not every release has to have a legend set. Not every release has to who's a legend this time. I think it's not. You don't have to keep putting out the same thing every single time. Like, oh, when this is our finest, same superstars. This is our chrome, same superstars. I mean, we don't have to have that. You're going to have your base of your current talents like that, but you don't have to have a legend every one of them. I mean, I think they kind of cover that in the in your house inserts and the the 5-timers club.
And the in your house inserts, the way those are cut.
Those are awesome.
Oh my gosh.
They're so good. They're so good.
I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was
whoever does. I mean, hats out to them, man. They did a great job. And for people who aren't aware, if you're buying hobby boxes, please be aware there is a ton of retail exclusive inserts that you can only get from blaster packs and retail stuff like that. Tons of them. In addition to autographs are only available in the retail stuff you can't get in hobby. So it's kind of got to get out there and get both.
Right. So I just think the inserts are awesome. I think I still want to go back to kind of what we had talked about, that I am still shocked that so many names made it into this set that don't work for the company anymore.
Yeah. Chuckster, man. It is an early AEW release.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yep.
That's exactly what it is, man. It's like a preview of what's coming from Upper Deck.
So do you think some of the people that are going, the ones that are pre-ordering AEW that are just AEW loyalists, do you think they're going to go out and maybe buy some of these singles now?
Maybe.
Since
I think so. Why not? I mean, they're after looking for independent stuff too, and some early WWE stuff from talent. Why not? Why not?
I think it's, and I could be wrong here, but it just seems like I see people that are so anti WWE that they don't want the product. Like they'll go get the indies and they'll take AEW, but they don't want anything to do with that.
Do you think it also, to kind of throw it in a different climate, different direction? Do you think it's partly due to the world and the environment we have right now, where it's such a divided world?
Yes. No, nobody can just like everything like me.
Yes. Yeah. but having favoritism has always been there. Having a loyalty to certain brands and products has always been there, but it seems to be more divided now. Like everything else, we have a divided...
go back to the Attitude Era. I mean,
people were switching back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
I had to see NWO. I had to see DX. I had to see. I mean, it had to be.
Yeah, and you would go to I'd go to some indie shows and you'd be wearing like an ECW shirt, and some guy that was working that indie show be like, "Hey, ECW rules. Thanks for coming out to our show tonight."
Yeah.
It's just like it all worked together.
It's a very divided audience now.
And then if you want to go back to the 80s, like the only reason that I think a lot of people couldn't watch Mid-South with NWA, with WWF, was because they just couldn't get it.
World Class or any of that stuff.
They just couldn't get it. Like the access wasn't there. So it wasn't necessarily like it was a divided world then, because I guarantee, and then there were people out there trading tapes. So.
And trading tapes, we had publications that were putting out there, so you kind of got the gist of what was going on in other parts of the country or world. So, I mean, we live in different times now where everything is more readily accessible.
Let's circle this back to our music playlist.
Sure.
We've got classic rock. We'll say that's WWE. You've got modern hip hop. Let's just say it's AEW. You've got people that like to go watch deathmatch wrestling. We'll say that's death metal. Yep. Progressive stuff. You could say that's like strong style Japanese stuff. I mean, like, why can't we just like everything?
Yeah. I mean, you have a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah.
The case hit in a hobby. I also noticed that some of those retail autos can be a case hit in a hobby box. Really?
Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know.
They could be, or they factually are.
I'm not sure.
That's what I want to know. I mean, are there those retail ones factual, or just as a suggestion, maybe? No,
I don't know.
This guy Matt just wants me to go, man. He wants me to go.
We might as well.
I'm enjoying talking right now. So.
All right. Well, we'll keep talking.
Are we going to include any country on our playlist?
I'm a huge country fan.
Wow, that is something I'm learning new about.
Yeah, John Anderson. That's like one of my favorite country. John Anderson, and like a lot of that early '90s stuff. It's like sounds so overproduced and twangy. Like, I don't know why I like it so much, but I think it's like wrestling. It's just nostalgic for me because like I still hear that stuff when I go to flea markets, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, let's find some wrestling cards.
Yeah, speaking of flea markets, I really enjoyed your latest episode you posted there going around town. That's like that flea market. It seems like a big, crazy, cool place to go.
Yeah, and I found that rock auto stashed away for $15.
Not bad, man.
Yeah.
Was that on a Scorpion King post or something like that?
Yeah, it's. I know you've seen them because you've worked with this realm of products before. It's it almost looks like movie credits. It's not quite a script, but it's like a credit thing, and it's got the actors, and it says like their real names and what they've done before. And then it has 2 actual film strips, movie cells.
Oh, it has movie cells in it. Okay.
Yeah. And then that front was signed, and I'm like, oh, that can't be. But then I started comparing that autograph with some Rock autographs, and I'm like, that's it.
Is it signed Rock or Dwayne Johnson?
It's signed Rock, and it's got someone's name above it or love. I can't tell what it is.
Oh, so it was made out to somebody.
Yes.
That's great. What a great find.
Yeah, and I found it. It's in a plastic case, nailed to the wall behind a table, and I saw this autograph sticking above it, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go check on see who it is, and I'm like, oh, it's Scorpion King. Wait a minute.
Well, you beat my Huey Lewis, that's for sure.
Hey, a flip is a flip.
It's a flip, that's right.
We got any more comments? Cruiserweight Greats auto parallel is a case hit.
We can possibly get it. Okay.
Caleb says Garth Brooks has some bangers. That's accurate.
Yeah, I just never got into country. I'm not.
You think it has to do too?
I'm not opposed to it, but so many people around me are into it. Even my daughter's into country music too.
You think it has to do with where you live, though?
Not necessarily. My daughter's a big time country music fan. It's like that, but I raised her. She loves everything from Tchaikovsky and Bach to Cannibal Corpse and Napalm Death and everything in between.
Yeah.
So she likes it all. But she kept me grounded by introducing me to bands in the early 2000s, 2010s like that I wasn't listening to on the regular. So, she and I would go and see Hollywood Undead, and I took her to go see Blink-182 with Weezer and stuff like that. Just doing different things. But
we started something with this country music. We got a shout out to Chris Ledoux on here now.
God.
Which reminds me of
we got Wyoming Wyndham, and we've got Collecting with Kev. We've talked to Caleb, so of course there are gonna be country people there. Come on.
Well, it reminds me of I can't remember the guy's name. I know his last name's Ledoux. He worked in the AWA, and he's in
Lash.
No, that's Lash LaRue.
Lash LaRue, that's right.
This guy's name is Ledoux, and you can go back and check it in the Wrestle Rock Rumble music video that Scott Hall had the nice, big mustache with him and Kurt Hennig, and they're rapping. It's the best.
Oh yeah, of course it's big time in North Carolina. I used to date a girl in North Carolina, and she's a big, she's a SoCal girl by originally, but now she's lived in North Carolina for years, and so she's kind of a mix.
I wonder, completely off topic, but I don't know what we could do with YouTube and them, getting a copyright strike to us, but we should do a reaction video to the Wrestle Rock Rumble and just do a full breakdown of every aspect of how cool that video is.
I think we can get away with that.
We should do that sometime.
I mean, what you get 3 warnings, man. I'll take a flag 1. I'll take 1 red flag. Sure, no problem.
All right. Well, maybe we'll do that. Guys in the chat, let us know if you want to hear us react to the Wrestle Rock Rumble. And apparently Caleb doesn't like people being called country person.
Oh, so sorry. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm so sorry. All right,
let's rip this box.
You want to rip a box? Which box should I rip?
Let Matt pick.
Hey, Matt, which one should we rip? I don't know what the delay is on this.
Joe said he the first thing he heard when he clicked on this video was Lash LaRue, and it was perfect.
Yeah, you don't hear that very often, do you? All right, I'm picking, man. I'm picking this one. So I gotta prep up a little bit here. Hold on. I'm not a professional breaker, so don't hold that against me, people.
And guys, this will be just a preview of this weekend. Again, I want to stress this enough. Be in the live chat for this weekend's Wrestling Card Virtual Con. Not only will you be able to buy the wrestling cards that you see people having for sale on here, but we've got some potential giveaways for stuff in the chat. So you're going to want to be very active in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll do the best we can to keep up. So here's a preview of what
Yeah,
we would be doing
you're
this
good at
weekend.
that. You're pretty good at that.
I do my best.
This is a nice factory steel box. So just go ahead. Just give me some time here.
Caleb wants us to react to old school wrestling matches. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what YouTube would do. Something I actually have seen people do stuff like that on Twitch. So that's a possibility. But once again, like Twitches would have to be put behind a paywall, and we've got to have the support from viewers and people to get that stuff going and make it worth our while.
Well, and I'll tell you, mentioning that just reminds me of our recently departed friend, Chef Carl.
Chef Carl.
Something he wanted to do was to actually go back and talk about old wrestling matches, how they relate to cards, and give some history about some of the wrestling. And
I got an idea. Since he can't do it, why should we not?
We should do it for him.
Yes.
Why not? We can.
I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. I think it's whether it's got to be in audio form or whether we could pull it off with video. I mean, I think it's a good idea. And we could kind of name it after him somehow.
Maybe it's I'll just tear it up. I don't care. I got another box to go through, so I don't care. I save every wrapper, and it looks like it's all the same wrapper. So if I had variations of the wrapper, I would definitely be saving all of them.
Any carrying cross cards in there? Kushida.
Thank you. Is it
Roderick Moss?
Roderick Moss?
I've only seen him like once. Mandy Rose.
How many cards per pack, man? Only 4?
I thought there was 4.
Four cards per pack. That's it.
I don't even know who that is. I'm being dead honest. I don't even know who that is.
It's Arturo Ruas.
Yeah.
But it's a refractor. If you notice, they put the refractor in the upper right up here.
And that's something else I saw with the Finest and the Chrome set. A lot of people thought that they think cards are refractors when they were just actually inserts that had that refractor finish.
I'm sorry, repeat that again. They thought they had.
If you look on the last year's Chrome and the last year's Finest, their inserts had that chromium or that refractor finish on it. So people thought they had refractors, but that's just how the cards were made. They weren't actually refractors. That's a cool card.
I'm just kind of putting stuff.
Jeff Hardy, Johnny Gargano.
Did you see that autograph card that someone pulled? That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish more talent. Not only do I wish more talent would take time, especially on the one-of-ones like that, to put separate things on it, but then to reply to the fans who pulled that card. That's amazing. Up there. Not in the company anymore, but a cool card.
Numbered to 199.
Yep. Somebody will want that for sure.
I hope so, because God knows I don't want any of them.
Is that Peyton Royce again? Not with the company. Hey, you should make a separate stack of these. How many are not with the company?
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So the first one we had. Okay, Johnny's still there. Jeff's still there. Mandy's still there. I don't even know who that is.
Kashida's there. Yeah, he's still there. And
she's not.
She's not. No.
And then and Billy Kay's not. So I'm gonna put him off to the side. Oh, she's a refractor anyway, so that's cool. All right. So only one autograph down, I guess. Only got one more to go. So if I hate it, do I keep opening box packs? Let's see. All
right. Not with the company anymore.
Not with the company stack.
I don't know whether he's with the company or anymore. So we had Bray Wyatt, Grand Metalik, Natalia, still with the company. Otis. I think he's still with the company.
And I think he is, but you notice they also still use him with the beard back in this old photo.
Yeah, like back when he was actually over with the fans and they changed it.
It's like, oh, you're over. We're gonna have to go ahead and change you now.
Yeah.
All right, I got a nice perfect opening on this pack. I gotta save it now. Hold on a second. There we go. That's my save pack. All right. No longer there. You know what? I have a number to 5 undisputed autograph from him. I think I should get rid of now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put them over here with the.
There's also image variations, which I believe are it's something with the number on the back of the card, but I don't know what's what.
I'll do those when I go through them actually later. So I got
Biggie Refractor. That's a good one.
It is not. It's an image variation.
Oh, so their image
This is IV number -21.
But it's not a refractor, right?
It's not it doesn't say refractor on it.
Interesting, because it's got, so that means the image variations are actually refractors that just are labeled different. That's cool.
They're not labeled even refractors, so but it can clearly tell that
Right.
it is.
Correct. Austin Theory. Yep. There's a lot of people like him. He's still there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me with that, man. I got to get better at knowing who's where.
You know, we were talking about LaRue earlier. I'm hoping we pull some Lash LaRue autos this weekend. Candace Larae still with the company.
Yeah, I used to watch her wrestle all the time, independent in SoCal.
Bianca Belair, like she's awesome. I don't need to say anything about him.
I never heard of him.
Wait, Tony, are you an AEW fan saying that?
Never heard another refractor.
Johnny Gargano refractor.
Yeah. So we got what refractor in every pack about? I think is that what it breaks down to?
I think it's one per pack. Yeah, that's usually how the pack odds are on those.
I'm good with that.
Tony, you've got somebody that wants that Bobby Fish already.
Really? Okay.
Cameron Grimes, not too bad.
We'll talk. Yeah, maybe he can help my good friend DiBiase out. If you know the news, you know the news.
Kayla Braxton. I don't think she's with the company anymore.
I'm gonna put her over here, not with the company anymore.
That's a good base card, but still cool. You know, I really was hoping that they would do the scary Alexa pictures, and they did not. So another Bray Wyatt.
That's the refractor on that one. Yep. I'll take the refractors all day. What do the refractors go for, on the market? You got to go for a couple bucks.
A couple bucks if it's like a average talent. Some of the, like if it's a top guy, maybe, or one of the women, probably like 4 or 5. Tozawa.
Should I get rid of this, by the way? Should I get rid of this part right here? No. I'm going to get rid of this light. And this light going to hurt? Let's see. Yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah. We'll just swing it. Tozawa still with the company.
Okay, let's make it like that.
Yeah, that's.
Okay. Still with the company, you said. All right, let's see if I can go like this one more.
Montez Ford, I believe he's still with the company.
Yeah, he's getting some high praise right now, I heard. They put him in a singles match and that
I have no idea.
Alea? No, I haven't.
Okay. Apparently Kayla is still there. Roderick Strong's still there.
Yep.
Diamond Mind.
Refractor. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for being commentary for us on who's still here and who's not. It's a cool game.
It is actually really fun. I'm enjoying reading all the comments, so it's a good way for you guys to interact with us too. Cameron Grimes once again. More Roderick Strong.
Jesus, come on. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. There's one of the in your house inserts. That is cool. What number is that? Is it numbered at all? Or is it just a refractor?
They're not numbered. It's just a refractor, I guess.
Okay, so once again, if it doesn't say it on there, then that's what I was talking about. How they're inserts.
But it totally is a refractor. Look at it. You can totally tell.
Yeah, man, that's a cool card. Austin and Mick there. That's great.
I should send this over to Jacoby and get it signed. That's a cool card, man. I like that.
Matthew says he doesn't want the cards. He just wants the tablecloth.
Always the Joker.
Yeah. Champa refractor. That's cool.
I don't think there's a serious bone in Matt's body. All right, good. I am glad you guys are following.
The more I'm reading these comments, the more like lack of wrestling fan. Like if you want to talk Memphis and Smoky Mountain and ECW and Mid South, I can talk, but
hey, are you looking forward to the XPW one?
I am, but I want to see how it goes. Like I'm optimistic. We'll just put it that way.
So you're not holding up very much high hope on it.
Just I don't know what if Rob Black's running the company, I don't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I enjoyed my XPW adventures. Those were fun. I have some great stories for that.
Oh, after dark story. You just got 2 of the. Oh, that's a refractor. I feel like we have like 15 of that guy's cards.
I feel like this is like a 20 card set. I've hit everybody, and I'm going to make like 3 sets out of this box. Speaking of, there's more, so there's another Jeff Hardy.
Drew McIntyre, It's a decent card.
Looking like these image variations are in the middle, it looks like too. All the hits are in the middle, or the second to last card, I think. So the Seth Rollins, it's an image, that's an image variation.
So it's good to know that the image variations are essentially refractors, but clearly different image.
And then, so basically you got the image variation.
That one will probably sell to somebody.
You're getting 2 refractors in a pack and you got the image variation. Basically. No. What do we have here?
The other guy that we don't know who he is.
That's right. Do your parents know who you are? Okay.
Peyton Royce, not with the company.
Oh, I gotta put not the company. Okay.
Otis
again. Jesus, it's like same card.
Wow.
See that? Wow. Same one, man.
Yeah.
So it's a refractor, though. I mean, it's the only difference is a refractor.
I'm pretty disappointed with the pack correlation. This must just be a. I haven't seen.
To quote some other guys that we know of, at So Tops.
Yeah. Austin Theory again.
I'm gonna bet that's probably. Oh, look, I went ahead and sticked in the back to make sure it wasn't Austin Theory refractor.
Dakota Kai, not bad. Is that
5 Timers Club?
Ed? Is it Edge?
Edge, yeah.
Okay, I was having a hard time. I love that design.
It's a great design.
Yeah,
it really is. Not numbered, it's not a parallel, but I love it. It's a great design.
I think it's a great insert design. Yes.
Yeah. And then Drew McIntyre on the refractor. I gotta find it.
I don't remember who said it, but it might have been Card Foundation. It might have been on Twitter somewhere. But one thing that may hurt this set that was spoke of was the lack of rookie cards. I don't know of any in this set. Mustafa Ali, still with the company.
I gotta try to keep this back further. That's what I gotta do. Oh, got another one. Cruiserweight greats.
Okay, so is it the Cruiserweight greats?
I think there's signature
in your
versions
house.
Of these. There's signature versions of these. I think that they were talking about.
Drew Gulak, former CZW wrestler.
Got a parallel.
Oh, Big E. Yep, out of 99, or is that 150?
150.
Okay. The green, I think it's the autograph greens are maybe 99, and then the base greens are. Is that green or blue? I'm having a hard time seeing it.
It looks green to me, like it's almost a teal color.
Okay, so it must be the green. The guy you don't know. Oh, well, there's Caleb's answering that he's schooling us on our wrestling knowledge here. The guy that we don't know is apparently a rookie. Can you go back and grab one of those and see if there's actually a rookie card designation logo?
Oh, the person who they don't know his parents. Yeah, he's got a rookie on it.
How did we miss that?
I mentioned that in the beginning.
Okay, I missed it then.
Yeah, I said he's a rookie.
Apparently, I'm just turning into Vince McMahon over here and big timing everybody. So
that's okay. I expect that from you. You are big time.
Carmi's in the chat saying that he talked about the lack of rookies. Yeah, so I mean, I guess they're in there. Tony just now proved it, but there's no like huge names as of this time. But all right, Montez Ford, Eric. I used to love those guys till they came to WWE. Nikki Cross.
I hate that glare. Another die cut.
Undertaker.
Yep.
Caleb, you watching? You want that one? Reach out to Tony. Life-changing money right there.
Store opening money.
So
not a parallel, but I just love that. Those are such great looking cards.
How's the condition on those coming out of the pack? Like on the
they look great. They look really good. Like I'm not sure how you can tell on here.
It's kind of hard, but I mean, just your impressions in person since you have one. I was concerned about the edges of the roof.
That's what I'm looking at right now. The edges of the roofs like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to tell, man. I need to look at it in a better lighting, I think, but it's not bad. Corners are sharp. I would say this right. This side over here is probably a little more dull than this side, but they're not bent. It's really weird with the illusion of the refractor on it's like that. It's kind of, it makes it difficult to kind of, is that a bend or is that part of the
Right.
refractor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Interesting. And
then,
it'll be interesting to see if anybody tries to grade those.
And then I'm sure somebody will. I mean, second they open the doors again, they're going to be backlogged again with a bunch of base cards.
Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got, she's gone.
Gone.
I'll put her over here in the goners.
Really?
2 in a row. 2 in a
Really?
row. Look, 2 in a row. I'm not kidding you, man. That was 2 in a row. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I think
And
we
the
have like
35. Yeah, same damn card twice.
I think we have like 30 of her cards just in this one set.
They're like, hey, she's gone. Get rid of it. Just, try it on the all. That's incredible. That was incredible.
Ms.
That's just my luck, man. It really is. It really is.
Natalia Refractor.
Girl Sal. That really, that was upsetting to me. But story of my life, baby. Story of my life.
Angel Garza still with the company.
I gotta flip it around again.
Oscar, that's a cool card.
That's a nice card.
Bianca Belair, another. Is that a
Image variation?
Yep,
It is.
that's cool.
Good call. And then
Bobby Fish.
Refractor. Yeah, I got to break that card out. I got to go find that card. It's like number 3 of 5 or something like that. From the last year's Undisputed.
Nakamura. Keith Lee.
God,
maybe not with the company. Who knows? He's like in and out.
And when I hear, it's like, again, I don't watch the product, so I just get the highlights. But I keep hearing they're repackaging him, and they brought him, from NXT over. It's like he was so over at NXT. They bring him to the main roster. They like give him new attire, new music, and it's just like almost like your boy.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he's going through another repackage.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you could have gotten any worse. But speaking of not getting any worse, you can't get any better than Becky. I mean, even the base card, like
yeah. Nice refractor.
Io Shirai.
Yep. I will say yes. You're right on that pronunciation. I don't know. All right. We're getting down here. How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Dominic Dijakovic.
Dominic Dijakovic.
He used to be Dijak used to be his last name when he was in Ring of Honor. They just slightly changed it. Hey, Chris needs that card.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got him.
Probably.
What doesn't he have? Oh, another 5-timers club.
Cool. Yep. Trish. That's cool.
Wish it was parallel, but again, I'm not so lucky. I'll tell you about off air, man. I just my luck has been like
Candace Larae Refractor.
Yeah. I don't get lucky for any of that stuff. I'm hoping that just saving up all my luck for that lottery ticket. But somebody told me that I can't win if I don't buy one.
You got a better chance getting lottery on hobby boxes. That's a cool card.
Yeah, nice Charlotte Flair.
For being a base card, that's a really cool image.
It is.
More Angel Garza. I bet we're going to get some cards that we've already... Oh, there's an Edge. We haven't had that one yet. Bianca Belair. Refractor.
Refractor, baby. Well, we're down to the last 5 packs, folks. Like Casey Kasem just there. We're down to the last 5.
Sonya Deville still with the company. Kind of looks like Matt Hardy there. There we go.
Never heard of this guy either.
Yeah.
Is he still the company?
Ask me again tomorrow. I might have a different answer. Okay. You probably did well.
Number to 25.
Yeah, you did well on that. That is good.
She's pretty popular right now.
She's been popular forever. Like there's always been all the women, they each have this like small fan base that's just die hard for, I won't say all of them, but like more of the popular ones. So that's a win.
Cool with that one. I mean, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Number 25.
Yeah.
I like that they're it's on card.
I agree, and
That's one of the things I like about the set.
That's a cool Roman. Too, one of the issues that like with the chromium finish like that, if you have people sign the cards, a lot of times it just like smears. I have yet to see that with these, so they know what they're doing with signing them.
Somebody is sitting with these guys and giving them instructions properly.
Yeah. Timothy Thatcher, I've always loved that guy, but he just, I don't know, doesn't seem to like really catch on.
Still there?
Yeah, still there. Oh, get rid of that guy.
I have stories about him. I won't talk about it.
Yeah, let's not. Shayna Baszler, always
so she's going back to her tough girl image.
Yeah,
that's good. Got to work on with and
this guy with AJ.
So the tops app, the Slam app. So my wife's involved in it too. So we're trading all the time with each other, and she's always more like, "You want my AJ cards?" That seems to be the only ones I ever get. Like he's mass produced in that stuff. I mean,
right. Yeah, Matthew says you may have covered the box with your Mandy Rose hit. I think he may be right.
All right. Well, I'm willing to get rid of that card. So
Nijax.
You think she'd be worth having as a client?
I don't know.
I mean, she gets a lot of shit online.
Controversy creates cash, and everybody has a fan base.
That's what I think, and I think she was offered to me. So
I think it would be worth a shot.
She's coming back.
Lacey Evans, yep.
Yeah.
You know what? When I first glanced at that, I was like, when you had it sideways and it was at a distance, I was like, what's Teddy Long doing in this set?
It's image variant. I'm looking like the image variants. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them seem to be horizontal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's our dos más.
Pete's asking in the chat, how much was a box like at retail?
It vary in price. I don't even know what they go for right now. I have a deal with my local card shops like that. So I bring talent to the store and then we work out some deals for doing so for product. So
no longer with the company.
I'm believe they're going for like 100, 125, some of that range. I think. I think he had them priced at 125 at the local card shop.
Paulo Cruz still with the company. Caleb says in the chat he also thought that was Teddy Long. That's a Mojo card. So I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Why would you go there? You know he's not in. And why would you even go there? Like, there's no way that's Teddy Long.
I don't know. I was just dreaming of tag team matches. That guy is interesting.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, I like his gimmick. I think it's like with Karrion Kross. Like, he's a believable guy. Like, I don't want to mess with this guy.
They produced. He's quite popular in the Top Slam app too.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been on that in so long. So
don't worry.
Finn Balor.
You ain't missing much.
Sami Zayn. Donovan Dijakovic.
That's that box, sir. That is it.
All right. Well, what do you think?
I like it. I think the repetition is a little heavy. I don't like that. I especially think when they're already putting a hit in the pack, when it has a refractor, it takes away from the base set, which I'm cool with. But I think the correlation should be better in a box where I have a better chance of completing a base set. Like, right. I mean, how many extras do I have? I mean, we just saw how many I got pulled the same card after card.
Right.
The same, 2 Peytons in a row. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. Like I don't even want to collate this right now and sort it because I just don't, I don't think it's going to be, I don't know. That always bothers me when there's problems with the collations like that. They could do a better job with that.
Looks like the chat says overall success with what you pulled. I mean, I think your orange Mandy Rose kind of bailed you out on the whole thing.
All right. So then everything else is going to be gravy then.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. You've already got, somebody wanting your Bobby Fish, and Caleb might want that Undertaker in your house. So like this is exactly what you guys can expect from us this coming Friday and Saturday night at the first ever Wrestling Card Virtual Con, except we'll be doing WCW cards, which I have this sneaking suspicion, me being me, and since I'm doing mainly the commentary over you breaking the boxes,
Mhm.
you're gonna like pull cards, and I'm gonna immediately remember like a Nitro episode when that guy was doing
That's
something.
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be fun. So I know we're doing both boxes, right?
The WCW.
Yeah.
Yes, we've filled. Everybody's paid. We are good to go on those.
Awesome. And then we'll get that money sent off over to West because all that money is being raised for what was it? Birmingham Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital.
Yeah,
Yes.
Children's
Mhm.
Hospital, yeah. So
well, we'll stick around for a little bit later or a little bit longer. Anybody in the chat, if you got any questions, you gonna rip another one?
I could if you guys want. I don't care.
Matthew says to, or we can
course,
save it.
No.
Yeah, of course he would. Let's save it. Let's save it for another episode.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Also, what do you guys think of this live format?
Look at that, 3 in a row, man. 3 of the same in a row,
and they're all base.
And they're all base.
Yeah.
So it just that bothers me. That just it reminds me of when I pulled that Major Fig one.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up being the only guy that got. It seems like I'm the only guy that got.
The duplicates, yeah.
Which they made right. The guys were great. The guys were awesome. They sent me. They sent me a Maven one. And then I traded off one of the extra Sterlings to one of the guys from Card Foundation, and he sent me. I can't remember what he sent me. I think he sent me a Maven. No, yeah, he sent me a Maven, and they sent me a replacement of Swoggle.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, if you guys got any questions in the chat, we'll stick around for a few more minutes. Got some good feedback on the live.
Rip it.
Yeah.
So I have a small stack, and this is all it is of people who aren't there.
That's surprising.
It is surprising. Well, when I get doubles of like triples of everybody else, you know.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't put I don't think we paid attention. I think there's a Daniel Bryan in there that we didn't switch over. And what's we got here? Charlotte. Yeah, he's not there anymore. So I'll probably the next day or two, I'll probably sort these and see how close I came. I'll get you kind of a percentage of what I made as far as the set goes. I like to have a base set just to, you know, Jesus Christ. Matt, he's so persistent. Rip it, rip it, rip it.
Well, they don't call him Tony Diamond Hands Vela for nothing. So
they really don't.
It's your gimmick. You got to live the gimmick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. God, I already failed my tryout. So I have no idea what she'd go for. Probably not very much.
Actually, you know, I'll check for you right now. That's out of 199, correct?
Yeah, 199. So it's.
Are we missing anything in the chat right now?
No, I'm just watching the delay, and I'm watching how it. There's a lot of staticky stuff going on there.
Like $15.
That's good. So that's something, right?
Yeah.
Mandy will make me the money, I think, and then hopefully the other stuff, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, I'll do well.
Yep.
So, all right, I'm going to merge Mr. Daniel Bryan over there again because it's just interesting to see who's not in the company anymore.
Yeah. There's a couple of those Mandys out of 25 listed 180.
Wow.
So yeah, you're good.
I'm interested in selling it right now.
Anybody in the chat want this card?
PayPal ready. Yeah, I'm cool with opening the box, or we could save for something else, whatever you want to do.
It's up to you.
Not to me, man. You're doing commentating.
All right. We still got some people in the chat that want to see it. So
all right. So
let's do it.
I say $25. He said, damn, off $10 there. I don't know, man. I don't know what eBay frustrates me in a sense. I don't miss selling on there like I used to, only because, you know, you're looking for deals. I get it. But as a seller, I'm also looking to make money. And
I'm so pro eBay. It's not even funny. Like
I used to be super 100% pro eBay.
But I understand everything you're saying. Like it's I think the way that I do it. Caleb is calling you paper hands, Bella, now.
Paper hands?
Yeah, you
Wow.
got to.
Wow.
No longer diamond hands. You've lost your gimmick. You're now like the equivalent of the WCW's The Gambler.
Hey, I just say, you know what? I just say this. All right, country boy. Steel cage match. You and me, baby.
Oh, this show is off
Rock,
the rails.
paper, country.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
I don't know either. All right, we're doing the second box, guys.
Let's
All
do
because we're doing this just for Matt.
Yeah.
You win, Matt. You win.
Well, and also, like I said, being active in the chat, like we, whatever you guys want to see, we try to do. So.
All right, here we go. Box number 2. All right.
Still with the company.
We're going.
Hey, an MVP card.
All right.
That's his first card in a long time.
There you go.
Morrison.
I saw if one thing I did see that was kind of a bad thing. I saw his autograph card and he signed up here, not in the white. Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Someone said, yeah, Johnny Drip can sign wherever he wants, kind of thing.
Maybe that's the gimmick. Yeah, maybe that's why he did that.
I don't know. I should text him, find out. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Do it. You should do it right now.
No.
Dabakato. I don't know about that guy. Not for me.
What's his gimmick supposed to be? Is he Native American?
African. He's supposed to be like the muscle for Apollo Crews.
Gotcha. Because Apollo Crews needs muscle.
Yeah. There we go. Can't go wrong with the bad guy.
No way. I like it. There's
man, those in your house cards are just so cool.
It's a really cool concept and I love it. And if you're gonna bring back legends, this is a cool way of doing it, I think. I really do.
Yeah, and like I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking there's somebody out there that sees this card that was either at that event or that specific in your house, like did something for them when they were growing up with their wrestling fandom. And that's honestly what this is all about.
This is so cool. I really like this.
I think I'm going to have to track down that checklist and like figure out which, because I don't think I want the whole set, but there'd be something in there that I could, pick and choose and go with like a parallel version of it or whatever.
You want to collect the in your house ones or you just like pick and choose which ones you want?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it'd be cool to have one or two and I just have to single out and then get the parallel version of it. Sheamus, he's got turn the channel heat with me. Dolph Ziggler.
Turn the channel heat with me.
Can't go wrong with Sasha.
No, I totally forgot. It's been sitting on it. I bought like a big the Topps Star Wars living set.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the big bulk of hers. I bought a big,
nice.
I totally forgot I had it. Some Sammy. El Generico. Can't go wrong with El Generico.
Chuckster said he was asking about last year's set. Didn't have the Austin Skulls. Was that Chrome or was that Finest?
That was Finest.
I couldn't remember.
That was Finest. He should know. He helped put that checklist together.
He's too busy slam dancing.
That's right. He's too busy. Like he's recovering from his wounds from this past weekend slam dancing. So, this guy's
Adam Cole, no longer with the company.
I'm still putting him over.
There you go. There's your PC.
There's my guy right there.
You should start that. That'd be fun.
I'm doing it right now. Of course I am. I am totally 100% doing it. I've been doing it on the Top Slam. I'm trading for everything I can of him.
And
he's my profile picture too. It's like that. And so my wife goes, so do you enjoy having a guy from the SS Guard as your profile?
I want to hear so I'll stop for a minute. Speaking of Dexter Lumis, I want to hear from more people who are collecting guys like him. These, the wrestlers that are not the Flairs, not the Hogans that everybody else is doing. I want to hear the super collectors and the player collectors that are, collecting, Big John Studd or, I don't know, Lenny Lane or Dexter Lumis, like whoever it is that's kind of off the beaten path. If you're collecting those people, please let us know in the chat, reach out to us on social.
Reach out, and I want to know why too.
Yes. Yeah. I want to hear the whole story behind it. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah. What is it about this particular? I've never seen this guy wrestle in my life. I've never seen a promo. I saw a snippet that I think WWE put up of the wedding. It's like that. I've seen some social media posts of them playing into it, like the big old giant box of condoms and stuff like that. Everything. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I just see this guy and the look that he has, and there's just something about him that attracts me to his character.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. The massive tattoos like that. I don't know. It's almost like a cyborgy.
Yes.
He almost kind of reminds me of like a TJ Combo from Killer Instinct game, or Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Something like that. I don't know. Just something about him. So I think this is going to be this is an image variation.
Kalisto.
Yeah.
I don't think he's with the company anymore.
I'll put over here with.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Then
Murphy. I don't think
it's a refractor. It's a regular refractor. Horizontal card.
In the chat, Chris Nowitzki isn't oddball enough. That's exactly the kind of people I'm talking about.
He is. And somebody posted about a Chris Nowinski card they got back autographed.
I'm pretty sure
one.
That's Hobby Farmer. I'm pretty sure that was him.
Okay. Reach out to me. I actually have one that he signed for me years ago when I was working with RVD. We did an RVD TV episode talking about brain damage and things like that, because it was shortly after the whole Chris Benoit thing. And Chris came on and talked with us over at Rob's house, and he signed my WrestleMania 20 card that he's in.
All right, Raquel Gonzalez. Can't go wrong with Scarlett. You know what, though? Out of everything we've pulled, we have hardly pulled any parallels.
Pulled up just one parallel,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't count the autos, just the base parallels.
Just regular parallel. I got the one that was numbered to. Let's go back.
150 is that Big E card.
You're right. Yep. Yeah. Numbered to 150. You're right. That's all we got was that one.
Oops. Yeah. So yeah.
It's weird how it picks up the green screen.
You can see that nice tablecloth right through it.
That's right.
Billy Kay, no longer with the company. Cesaro.
What do you think of him?
I've always liked him, but I mean, they don't do anything with him. So it's
used to watch him wrestle for PWG and always put on a hell of a match.
Yep. Him and Chris Hero is a great tag team. Xavier Woods. I think he's got a
possible King of the Ring.
Yeah, he's got a fan base too. That's a good crossover from the video game stuff.
He messaged me once on Twitter for my Vela cards, because he's a raw deal player. And he wanted to know if I could help him out finding a Triple H pedigree trademark finisher card for the game. So I found one and I got it for him. And then I said, they made virtual cards. So I explained to him what virtual cards were. I said, they made you as a character. He goes, they did? I go, yeah. So I went out and I had him pro printed as all foil cards for him and sent it to him.
Cool. Hobby Farmer says he wants your Chris Nowinski stuff.
Okay.
Mustafa Ali. Oh, there's a good one.
I wish it was numbered one, a parallel one.
Yeah, I'm like, we haven't pulled, like, you haven't pulled any of those. I'm just shocked.
Hey, it's the Tony luck. Don't worry. It really is.
I hope you got better. Isaiah Swerve Scott. I love that guy. Like, I used to, when he was in the Indies, I like the top dollar thing that he's doing in NXT. It's a cool group. I love factions. I love factions, pal.
Factions, pal.
Kofi, can't go wrong there.
At least we're seeing some different people out of this box, at least.
Yep. Okay, so maybe Caruso, maybe she's the one that, like, maybe Braxton is with the company and Caruso's no longer with the company. I get them mixed up. Tozawa. Shelton Benjamin. Haven't had a card for him probably.
Yeah. I have his former, it'll drop on Monday, but I haven't recorded it yet. Tomorrow night, I'm actually, just so you guys know, tomorrow night, I will have been interviewing Charlie Haas tomorrow night. So we'll have him on Monday for the Superstars of Wrestling Trading Card segment.
Lance Dorado. Like Cesaro in his Chikara days, Chuckster says. Absolutely. King Corbin. You know what? Where's disheveled Corbin? That's the card I want. If there was the You know, when he's got the stains on his shirt and
Yeah, I certainly don't want a happy one.
no. Bobby Lashley.
Dude's still ripped, man. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a parallel?
Out of
150.
150.
Yep. Not bad.
Vote for me. Dance with the Stars.
No, thank you. I'm never like the Miz. Wyoming Wild Man says he collects Christian and Dan Severn and a few other guys, but mainly just random singles. That's interesting.
That is a good, yeah.
Andrade, no longer with the company. And I'm surprised they're not doing more with him in AEW, honestly.
Yep.
Liv Morgan.
Okay.
That's not bad.
199.
Yep. We got a comment here. It's from Pete Lynch. It says we collect Montez Ford. We met him. He was a security guard in NXT at Florida house shows years ago, and was super cool to my daughter. We're excited to see him move up. So cool.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome. Yeah.
See, there's a story behind it. I love that. I love that there's
Yep.
a story behind it. That's what makes it cool, man.
Yep.
People gravitate towards different people for different reasons, and it's always cool to hear why.
Yep. Tony, I'm sure you'll agree with me. Maybe not, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I get sick of seeing the same cards all the time just because they're rare or valuable. Like I like seeing that. I like seeing that stuff, but I
know
also
that
want
it's
to
cool
see
like that. But yeah, I get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. I mean, I get it. Hogan All Star. That's the card. I get it.
Yeah.
But we're all well aware of it.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
I'm more interested in the Zodiac Elite figure that someone's been posting.
That's
now, if we could just get a Booty Man one. Bronson Reed, awesome talent, no longer with the company. That's, out of all the releases, that's one I couldn't believe. Kyle O'Reilly, I always liked him too. There you go, Becky Refractor.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's like this feel like a really thick pack, man. But that's because I have two of them. I've got two of them there. Oh, I don't usually open packs like that. Yeah.
I do have to say, compared to, it feels like there's a lot of packs in this box.
Well, it says box number 2, basically. So, but there's 24 packs, four cards per pack.
I guess I'm just so used to, seeing like
them just ripping right through. Boom, 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 boom.
Like, okay, so I've got some like NFL Prestige up here. There's 8 packs, and each card only has, or each pack has 8 cards.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess it's close. Escobar, he's not bad. NXT guy.
Unbelievable they have him in there. Yep. Unbelievable. I will pay someone $4 to take this card from me.
Who out there is a Velveteen Dream collector?
I want to know that. I want to know.
Yes. Because there's nothing wrong with collecting them. I just want to know who out there and why you still collect them. So.
Image variation. So far, I haven't gotten any of the ones that my local card shop needs.
Drew Gulak. Did he give you a list of stuff he's looking for?
I think it's number 22 and number 28. Because there's not a parallel image variation for the entire set. There's only certain numbers.
Oh, is he trying to put together the set?
Yeah, he wants to put together the image variation as well. So he's missing 2. I think it was number 22 and number 28, I think. I know they're in 20s. Someone here.
Hobby Farmer collects Velveteen Dream.
Really? Is there a reason why?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not asking because I'm.
No, I'm legitimately interested.
I'm legitimately interested in knowing why. That's the guy you want to collect.
Another person no longer with the company.
Yep.
Oh, not Teddy Long. Okay.
Not Teddy Long. That's his normal card.
So wait, so the image variation is Teddy Long, but the regular one is just Samoa Joe.
That is a different variation for sure. That really puts on the term variation. And then
Riddle, like he's kind of got a following now.
Yeah, it shows you how much I didn't know about the product because I didn't even know that he was a legit fighter.
Oh, like a UFC, like when he used to fight in the UFC. Yeah.
Yep, didn't know that. So learn something new every day. All right. Oops. green tights show up with a.
Oh, Hobby Farmer was talking about collecting different kind of VD, so we'll move on from that.
Oh.
I mean, it's one and the same, really, but
Oh, that's great.
After dark, people, after dark.
That's after dark, exactly. Teddy Long short print. That's what it is, man.
Cesaro. Come on, pull the fire.
Mm,
Is that a green?
It's a green, numbered 99.
I love that big gold belt.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It's like such classic wrestling.
That's a nice
That's a
card.
cool. That's a cool card. Yeah.
I like that card. Oh, look, it's upside down. Refractor.
Yeah, you have to get a hold of Chris, see if he's got those already.
Yeah, I was supposed to have him on tonight.
Pete Lynch in the chat says they need to add a card of Rick Steiner's son. Have you seen him? And if so, what do you think?
Yeah, I PC him right now on Topps app, the Top Slam app.
There you go. Not with a company, but man, that guy's doing really well right now. Orton. Keith Lee, Bearcat, Mystery Man. We don't know.
We don't know. MIA.
We got a question. Let's see. I'll let you handle this one, Tony. Kevin Nash's first card. Would you consider it the 1994 Action Pact or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze Super Shredder?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because that's his first, it's also a fun fact for that. That's his first acting role ever.
So yeah, that's interesting.
There's a photo floating around out there. You can go online and probably find it. It shows him on the back of like a pickup truck or something like that in the gear, mask off, face painted like that for the eyes like that, standing next to his wife.
That's awesome.
So it was his first ever acting role. I don't know what I consider his first card. He's never addressed in the set, so it's never addressed as Kevin Nash or the actor Kevin Nash portraying such and such, or that I'm aware of.
Would you say that it's one of those things where, like, you want to go back and use Hogan, for example? Maybe let's just say the 1994 Action Pact would be like his 82 All-Stars, but we all know that he had cards out prior to that.
Probably a good call. Yeah,
Like,
I probably that's a good equation. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Number to 99.
Oh, you just made your box back. That's awesome.
Love it.
Let's hear it in the chat. Throw up those fire emojis to the moons. Yeah.
Yeah, to the moon, baby.
That's about as excited as I'm going to get as a bunch of those other jabroni breakers that you see.
Woohoo!
Nia Jax Refractor. Yeah, that I don't know. I'm going to see what those Sasha autos are going for.
Nice card. I like it.
That's awesome.
Good card. Then we have let's see. There we go. Got Edge.
Still holding out for some Karrion Kross 101.
Yeah. I have to hold that against you.
He probably would. Oh, that's another one of those cruiserweight cards. Like, yep. I think people forget that that's even a thing.
Like, yeah, cruiserweight. What?
Okay, so there's only one listed right now. No, there's multiple. Anywhere between $300 and $400. I'd say it's pretty good.
Number to 99.
Pretty sure that's what I was looking at.
Okay, all right.
I'll double check.
Just asking. Wow, there you go. You heard it right there. There's Zan getting snippy for the first time right there.
Oh, I've gotten snippy plenty of times.
R-Truth, your favorite guy in the whole world. I'm going to send you all kinds of Miz stuff now.
You know who The Miz is to me? The Miz is bro country, like radio country music. That's what he is to me. More personal.
Yeah, Vince McMahon isn't mentioned on the 85 OPG rookie card. This is true.
Yeah,
but it's a clear image of him though. I don't know. I guess you're right. It's a character. So yeah, I would probably consider his first card then, I guess. His first appearance on a trading card.
How about we just go with the philosophy that we always go with and just get them all?
Just buy them all. Yeah.
But okay, I
agree,
lied on this Sasha auto. The $300 is the orange out of 25, so you just have to work your way backwards from there.
Gotcha.
It's a cool Kalisto card.
It is.
Shorty G.
It's like I don't know, a new version of Charlie Haas for me.
It's an interesting comparison. Yeah, Dakota Kai. I always liked her.
And Alexa Bliss Refractor.
So I was really hoping for Scary Alexa. Maybe we'll get that in Finest or Undisputed or something.
The old NXT house show days. Sasha signed autographs. Oh yeah. With a stamp? You sign with a stamp? I love to see one of those. I want to see that. That's a story I think I've told on an episode when I went to go meet Jimmy Page. I went to a book signing and it wasn't even not only was it a stamp, it wasn't even a stamp of his signature. It was like a stamp of like some Led Zeppelin logo type thing. It was, it was so bad. I was not pleased.
Well, Shotzi, like talk about going, like being one of the top women in NXT, like super popular with fans. And then like, I don't even know if she's really doing anything anymore.
Yeah,
like,
well, I was going to ask you, what are they doing with her right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see her. Maybe it's just my fault too that I'm not paying as much attention, but I try to keep up and I just don't see her taking. It's a carrying cross thing, you know. It's the same thing they do with all the main roster stuff. Like they're huge on NXT or they're huge in the Indies. They bring them in the main roster and they just.
Who's Carmi 205? He put out some info on the Sasha ones.
2 sold Sasha Chrome out of 99s, 125 and 1 for 110. So there you go. That's a better multiplier than.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I'd rather hang on to the card for those prices unless you just wanted to flip it, you know.
I'd probably hang on that one for a little bit. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll scan it first.
Tegan Knox. Up there we go again. Man, those are so cool.
There's just such a cool looking card, man. I love this die cut, man.
Sonya Deville, aka Matt Hardy, in that picture.
That's right. That's Madison Hardy.
Is this a Herb Abrams gimmick?
Yeah, that's right. That's a cool card, man. I like that one too.
Chuckster is correcting us with the correct wrestling knowledge that Shotzi and Tegan Knox are tag teaming. Yes, that is correct. It's just I don't hear as much buzz about Shotzi as I did when she was in NXT, and you know maybe it's just my ignorance. I'm not going to.
Yeah, because I recall her being in NXT. There was a lot of talk about trying to find that independent card of hers that came out of SoCal.
Yes.
Or was it the Four Corners card set?
I believe so.
And,
I remember people like it was like an overnight thing. Like all of a sudden, people wanted that card.
Yeah, and then now I don't hear anything about her.
Mm-hmm. That's I've talked about it. You've talked about it. Others have talked about it. People talk about how crazy it is prospecting in sports cards, but it's just as risky in the WWE. I'm not gonna say wrestling. I'm just specifically WWE.
Yeah. Because what's popular right now in one of their brands is not going to be so popular in the other brand, and they just
it could go away the next day.
100% true.
Yeah.
There's your refractor. All right, go over in the trash.
You know what? That might be what Vince does with him before too long.
And then all the rumors start like, oh, go to AEW, they'll make him the badass he was supposed to be. And
you know what? Another thing that I've gotten a lot from people is like, what do you think of his terrible booking and all this stuff? And I'm like, well, he was a champion in Impact. He was a champion. I don't remember if he had the belt in AAA, but he was like top guy in AAA. Like he's been all around the place. He's had success everywhere. So,
and I think anywhere he goes, he's going to end up being popular. So
he's not going to. I don't necessarily think he's going to be a Hogan, but that doesn't matter. Like no. I'm just a fan because he scares the crap out of me. He's like. He's got that same aspect that Loomis has to me.
I'm telling you though, super nice guy though.
Oh yeah, I believe you. I've interacted with him a little bit on Twitter, and he's been cool. Is that a gold?
It is, and I'm numbered to 50.
Nijack's gold, not bad. I mean, you've already made your box back, but that's just
2 more to go, folks.
ooh, come on, Carrying Cross, 1 of 1. Let's go.
I think I've already hit the all the fun stuff, I think. Although I do feel a little
You know,
bit of
you know what is positive though is that you've made your money back on both boxes already.
for now. I mean, the
Yeah,
market can switch and change real quick.
That's true, but on paper, you said Damian Priest. That's another guy. Like I remember watching him in Ring of Honor, and I'm like, wow, this guy's got something. And I liked him in NXT, and then there's
Another
Rhea
one.
Ripley.
Put the belt on her. She's over as can be, and then nothing.
Yeah.
What was she? Is she a tag champion now?
Yeah, but she actually lost the belt. Like actually lost it.
Yeah. That's a very good move there, RVD.
Wow.
There we go. So we got last one. Let's see. Here's what I was thinking about the other day. Something needs to be brought back to, or it could be taken from the gaming. I don't think they ever did it in actual trading cards, but in gaming cards, they have things they call them God packs, hot packs.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would bring that to trading cards.
Yeah.
Where
and they have that. I remember in the 90s there were hot packs. Like I got one time.
In what sport?
I believe it was a basketball pack. It was like a mid 90s basketball, and it was nothing but like it wasn't super valuable stuff, but it was all like inserts or limited run stuff.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that with wrestling. Top should do that with a wrestling release. Like, hey, look out for some limited, hot packs. Or
we have a couple people sticking up for Damian Priest on his main roster. Yeah, I guess. Tony, I know you've said that. Well, we talked about it about how we're not like super into the modern product as much, but
I know he's a U.S. champion, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times it's not the talent; it's just the booking. Like the stories don't keep me entertained. So
this is true.
That's it. It's like no bash on any of the talent except for Miz. Yeah, triple. Look at that. That's just great. We recorded a This Is Your Card Triple H not too long ago, and that's just another good one.
It's a great picture too. Just a beautiful design card. Whoever did that and in your house. I think the inserts in here are just on a different level. They're really good.
Get that guy out of here.
All right, he's out. That's it, folks.
Here's an interesting comment. Funny how people flop in the WWE compared to NXT, but if you look at Alexa Bliss, mainly a valet, never won a title in NXT, but she was clearly big in NXT and then blew up on the main roster. That's a very valid point.
It is. I think it was also because she was put in some, like you said, which is a valid point, she got put in some good programs with good writing.
I think Riddle is another good example. He's been great on the I'm not the biggest fan, but he's clearly got tons of fans that put him with Orton,
Yeah, so, Orton's definitely giving him the big rub. So
does Triple H have an auto in the 5-timers? That's a good question. I actually have not looked at that checklist.
I would have to go look.
I just looked at the base checklist. That's all that I've looked at.
There's a wonderful website that I can go to.
Did they tell you what are the rookie cards on that website?
No, they don't tell you what the rookie cards.
Somebody needs to do that.
Somebody needs to do that. 5-timers one. Okay, let's check out the 5-timers autographs. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm not sharing my screen right now. So
probably a good idea.
Probably good because I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Yeah, you don't want to see all my.
Miz has been on TV for 25 years. Yes, that's unfortunate.
He is not part of the 5-timers autographs. The 5-timer autographs are Booker T, Charlotte Flair, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Sasha Banks, The Miz, Trish Stratus, and William Regal.
So random.
Is that random or what?
Yeah. That's a pretty good list, though. Like, it's kind of well-rounded. It's got random. It's got superstars. It's got The Miz, which is,
But that's going to run you, a normal one, number to 50, number to 25, number to 10, number to 5, and 1 of 1s. And there are printing plates, by the way, in this set. So I'm disappointed.
There's your answer to that. And it's also interesting. I think I personally like to talk about, go for parallels, go for the low numbered stuff. And on the surface, you're like, oh, 150 or 100 or 50 or whatever. Like that seems like, well, that's quite a bit. But I mean, you just opened two boxes and you didn't, what'd you get? 2 or 3 non-autograph parallels?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just because something's listed out of 50, 100, 150, 200, like it's still going to be a rare item. So
It really is. And you're talking about also a product that's on a print run that's far, far less than any other sport. So you're already in the realm of limited because it's a less print run. And then you start limiting your limited stuff with numbered versions.
And that makes me interested in people's player collections because hypothetically, let's use Loomis, for example. Like nobody currently understands why somebody would want to be a Loomis player collector. Well, what happens in 10 years when he's a superstar for WWE or another company, or maybe he's doing movies or he's doing something. And then people go back, well, I'm going to buy his cards. Well, guess what? There aren't many because they're limited. They're wrestling. So that's why I just think wrestling is always going to have this like built-in rare, scarce thing. No, well, maybe unless it's, those 91 Impel cards that you're still printing in your storage.
I gotta change the ink cartridge, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Yeah. And clearly you wanted to change them to Impel instead of Stomp.
Do we prefer the look of this year's Chrome or last year's? I'm going to be honest with you. I like this year's better.
I like last year's base cards better. I like this year's everything else better. I think their inserts are better. I think their autographs are better.
I don't know. I think the design are great on the cards too. They have great shots and images from this set. They chose really well when it came to the pictures, with the exception of, I think, some of the guys that are out the door. I mean, there's better pictures of Daniel Ryan than that.
It's not great, but
it's not great. But then you go to something like, an Edge one's not too bad. I mean,
that one's okay.
It's a great shot. We've got, tons of Peyton in here. I mean, that's kind of a horrible image. I'm not a fan of that. And he's not, he's gone.
Yeah. And if it's not that great, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a pretty badass picture. I mean,
yeah, I think that's a good card.
I mean, it's just there's a lot of good stuff in it, and like you said, you can't go wrong with that. It's a great,
fantastic shot. Yeah,
I think the imaging they chose for this set is done very well. I have some behind me from last year I can probably break out, but overall I think I like this better than last year.
That 5 timers insert set, for some reason, it's just really, yeah.
What a kick-ass card. That, and even in your house, the die cut is awesome.
Those are the best one. Yeah, those, yeah.
I mean, you can't go. These are amazing. These are so cool.
Yeah.
Or as my son would say, so cool.
And from you handling them out of the package, it's nice to know that they're not completely destroyed on those corners and edges.
Nope. I mean, they came out pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased with them. I think anybody wanting to collect those is going to have a fun time with that. I don't even know how many there are on that set. I guess I should go to this website and check out. What else you got?
I'm out of, like, I'm exhausted. I've had fun talking about that. It was nice to see all these cards pulled. It's got me excited for this weekend for the card show. Like, I'm really stoked about that because there's literally anything can happen. It's like, it's going to be like a slightly family friendly ECW show where anything can happen. It's going to be giveaways. There's going to be box breaks, special guests, people coming on to sell their stuff. So thank you guys, everybody, for sticking around and not even only sticking around, but watching. We've had that double-digit people in this the whole night. So that's
great.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the support.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So anything you guys saw that I broke, by the way, I'm not keeping anything. I'm going to probably scan it all and then it'll be available to anybody. So just let me know. I'm happy to get rid of it. And hey, you guys all know that I'm a Kurt Angle collector. I'm a little disappointed you guys haven't chipped in to help me out with that. I got that 1 of 1 from the Road to WrestleMania 2020 edition. I'm trying to work my way down.
That's the best way to do it when you're putting a rainbow together. And when I put my Karrion Kross one, it actually happened the reverse, but
Yeah, I just want to, I got it. Thank you so much for that, by the way, Dan. And I just want to work my way back and kind of finish off my first parallel set. Be nice of that. I got other ones I want to work on too, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to store my Kurt Angle collection. I mean, I'm guessing a binder of some kind, and just kind of put them in my 9-pocket sheets and stuff.
So many ways to do it. Even my 1 of 1 carrying cross binder. Like my player collections go in binders. I put my my all stars, like the complete set, or like if I have a higher end slab or something that goes in a specific set.
Very true, hobby farmer. Very true. Poke a hole in it, becomes a Christmas tree ornament that in your house.
It's a good idea. Yep, I like
Somebody
it.
might do that. Like, I'm taking some more off the market. I'm going to poke some holes in it.
Looks like your Montez Ford card is sold. Pete Lynch in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, just contact me through the website if you want to, or if you follow me on Twitter.
I was getting ready to say, tell them where they can find you.
I mean, everything you can find is on wrestlingtradingcards.com, and it has links at the bottom of every page to every social media account that I, tried to manage. And then it's all there. And but to get a hold of me there, do a search on Twitter, which is I'm most active on Twitter, which is surprising to me that's become the social media page for this hobby. It really has, is Twitter.
Interesting.
I get more activity, more likes, comments. Nobody ever messages me, but I get all that more on Twitter than any place else. But Facebook, anywhere, just contact me, or go to, if you want to email me directly, it's wrestlingtradingcards@gmail.com.
And you can find me at Zan Morning on pretty much all social platforms, and Wrestling with Cards on YouTube. Obviously, this show, Wrestling with Cards, the podcast. And I just want to stress this one more time, because it's something that me and Tony have talked about offline constantly. If you guys like this show, if you like all the content we're doing, please continue to support. That doesn't necessarily mean monetarily. That is an option with certain stuff that we have out there. But liking, sharing, showing up to these live shows,
spreading the news to everybody. Like, hey, there's stuff being talked about wrestling cards exclusively. You should check it out.
And if you guys are entertained and you're enjoying this stuff, the more support we get from viewership, the more we can do live shows, the more wrestling card convention virtual shows we can do, or maybe in-person ones, who knows. Just the support's got to be there. The more support we get, the more we can do. So just wanted to
show the other collectors out there that wrestling cards are important. Wrestling cards are fun. Wrestling cards are cool. If you're in it for the monetary side, there's money to be made there. If you're in it for the collectible standpoint, clearly that's there as well. But share it with everybody. Share it with anybody and everybody.
I also want to throw out the community. Like, there's people I interact with now on a semi-daily basis that has now become even more. It's like a bigger thing than cards, but the cards is what brought us together. So
it is,
like, jumping into the wrestling card community has just been fantastic. So again, just continue to support, latch on to other people within the hobby that maybe you guys are Goldberg collectors and you can talk to other people who collect those same people or whatever. But just get involved, help support the show. And thank you guys for listening and watching. Tony, you got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, I think I'm good, man. We'll talk a little bit off air here, but I think I'm good. I mean, it was fun to break these boxes. I hope people enjoyed it. I'm not a box breaker professional, so just open them and share.
I had a blast, I am so ready for this weekend. First ever
I am too, and
wrestling card virtual con.
I'm also interested in when we start doing don't forget, guys, we're going to be doing stuff with Star Stock, right?
Yes, we're going to be doing breaks with Star Stock. Me and Tony will be providing commentary. You can go over there right now. Promo code is wrestling cards, all one word, and you get an additional $20 on top of your first $20 or more deposit, and we'll get a small kickback. But that's that is a way you can show your support to us. But we're looking forward to being the Jim Ross and the Jerry the King Lawler for these box breaks. It's going to be a blast.
I'm looking. Driving here with anything with puppies, that'd be great. I can start doing that. Puppies.
Got to do it.
Yeah. So it'd be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know when our first one is. I'm sure I'll make announcements on social media once we're ready.
I have it. It's I think it's November 10th or 11th. It's actually, give me one moment. I have it on my calendar.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know this.
I thought I told you, but that's okay.
It
is Wednesday, November 10th.
Okay.
At 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. So that's 7 p.m. my time?
I believe so.
6 p.m.
No, 6 your time.
6. I don't change time, so I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I should be home.
Nobody never knows what time it is when you're stuck in the storage unit forever.
Oh God, don't tell me about that. I gotta
All
go
right.
tomorrow. So, all right, man.
Tony's got to get back to printing those Impel cards.